Okay, part two of reincarnation. Now, imagine that when you become something else, you become something else close to your family. Imagine if we all get put as groups, we come as families, as we say, right? As we start as families, and our families get bigger and all that, and our friends and all that. And imagine our enemies or our loved ones are the ones that reincarnate closest to you. Like my cat Millie here. Canali here. Millie on G now. So Millie can't even get right up close to her. She's black. She's sitting right there in the dark. Right? Imagine that being your great aunt Maggie. Right? Now she's that cat. And then you kill her. Well, she died. Let's say you killed her. So I'll try to help you imagine the feel it was real and what you'd be doing. So say you killed your cat because you're a cat killer hater. Right? But it was your aunt from way back. Right? In another life. And it comes close to you. And then now the next thing takes a year or so. 6 months, however you get in the next cycle. We'll talk about probably how long it takes when we get more evidence of that. That's way. How long it takes the next cycle, but we'll just say another year. Another year goes by. And now that same Jenny, right? Got Ant Man still. He's now an ant. And there, you see that ant, and you're like, he's like, oh, it's me. And it's deep soul, right? And it sort of does know it's living the ant life, but it's gone put into the cycle, right? We're all in the cycle. We don't know, right? Like in a lot of shows talk about, right? And the ant's her now. And now you kill the ant, you get killed again. For what? Was it important? That's what everyone wants to say when life goes. They say, was it important? Was it worth something? Because that's how you should treat things. Because when you want to die, that's what you want to think, isn't it? And the ant probably wants the same thing in the end. When it goes back to ant God or the source, the same thing we all do. And then ant goes, it killed me. And then when you die, you're going to have all this list, right? And God's going to go, you killed your aunt. Did you know that was your aunt, right? From 2 lifetimes ago. And you got plenty of aunts, but she was one of them, right? And you killed her as a cat. You killed her as an ant, right? And then she come back as a snail, so you decided to poison her as she was in your garden. And this is what God's going to say to you. And you're really evil. She went through her cycles quite quick, right? And she's not happy that she didn't get to be a snail longer or an ant, right? And you come along. You ruin her cycles. What do you have to say about that, Tim? And you'd be like, oh, shit. Fuck, I didn't know it was this complicated. Well, they say that, hey. But that's why you're there for your learning experience, right? And what are you going to have to say? Right? You'd be like, fucking hell, I'm going to have this big list. And it's going to be like Bruce Almighty. You're going to pull out a drawer and you're going to go flying. And then you go, and I'll see you in 7 days. And you go, what do you mean? He goes, that's usually on average. You're like, huh? And then you go, now open up your sins. And you open it and you go flying away, right? And you just realise that he's counted every bug you killed, everything. And how you did it, and which soul it was too, and how it was connected to you. And once you read through that, here's one when it comes, how you come back. And once you read through that, then we'll talk about, like at court, how you feel and why you did it and did you learn. And then when you get all that, see if you've got a big list, it's going to take longer, we'll let you have your next turn. You see? Now have that for a thought. Of course, I'm going to have to put it all fancy later on, right? But what do you reckon? And the more we think about things, the more I can come up with more and more and more. And I just got that one because I'm like, I'll just think about it a little bit more. And I think about this all by myself all the time, right? My brain's stupid. I never stop thinking about shit. People always saying, yeah, think, right? And so I video now, right? Getting a little bit of that thought instead of just wasting on. Fuck it, I don't care how weird it is. Here it goes. While I'm on that subject at this moment before I start thinking about it. It's there. So what do you reckon of that? What do you reckon you'll do now? Will you be more fair to the cow? Well, it should have a decent life, and if it's going to die, right, early and it has to, right, and you can agree that if you're that cow in that life and that's your cycle, you're willing to go, oh, fuck a cow, then how do you know? How do you know you don't want to live longer? Once you get all these cycles, you're sucked into the source, you're nothing. You might want to cruise on these cycles, like eating a chocolate bar. Do you just want to swallow it, or you want it to last longer? It helps you get decisions on what you should do. But of course, if you're all thinking about just profits, then you won't have that thought at all, right? But you can mix it and get a bit of it. Work with things. So your list is not so big, or it's easier to fight back at court when you go to talk to God why you killed certain things or did certain things. You see? And you know what? Most of the animals out there stick to that balance. Depends on where they are on the scale. But they're all pretty equal out there to the certain balance. So when they're dying, they don't have such a big list to explain. So God don't have to talk too much animal, you see. But he's got to talk a lot of human, and he's getting fucking sick of it. Because humans, they've got this extra big brain and they overuse it, right? And their powers, and they're constantly getting into trouble on this planet, into the afterlife, because we're meant to be here equal as a balance, right? And things happen, and accidents happen, true. Sometimes we need to do things for a little while because we have to, but we'll stop, we'll get back, right? So if you know about this, then you can go, well, at least I hope I'll get it on a good time, right? Become an ant when they're not eating ants at that time. You know what I mean? Anyway, have a good one, and see you later.